Have you ever walked out of a grocery store holding just 2 bags of food and wondered if you accidentally bought a gold brick? You look at the receipt, you check the items, and yes, somehow that small pile of everyday groceries cost you exactly $100. It feels like a personal failure, as if you just do not know how to shop anymore. But the truth is much more calculated than that. The cost of living has not just risen naturally, it has been engineered. Large companies use highly sophisticated playbooks designed to get you to spend more money than you ever planned to. This is not about supply chains or bad luck. It is about understanding human psychology and using it to empty your wallet. Over the next few minutes, we are going to look behind the curtain of the modern supermarket to see how these hidden forces work. Once you see the patterns, you will never look at a grocery store aisle the same way again. Let us start with a trick that you have almost certainly seen, but might not have noticed right away. You buy your favorite box of cereal, pull it out of the cupboard, and realize it feels a little light. You look closer and realize the box is the same height, but it is slightly thinner, and there are 2 fewer ounces of cereal inside. This is called shrinkflation. Shrinkflation is a business strategy where a company reduces the size or quantity of a product while keeping its price exactly the same. Why do they do this instead of just raising the price? Because human beings are incredibly sensitive to price changes, but we are terrible at noticing volume changes. If a box of cookies goes from $4 to $5, you notice it instantly and might choose a cheaper brand. But if the price stays at $4 and the company quietly removes 3 cookies from the package, most people will buy it without a second thought. On paper, this is a massive win for the manufacturer. They get to lower their production costs and keep their profit margins high without triggering your alarm bells. Profit margin is simply the amount of money a business keeps after paying for all its costs. It turns out that some of the biggest food brands in the world have mastered the art of making things smaller. They hire entire teams of designers to reshape bottles, create deeper dimples in the bottom of jars, and add extra air to bags. All of this is done so that the product looks identical on the shelf, even though you are getting less for your money. It is a brilliant way to raise prices without ever having to change the price tag. Once you actually step inside the store, the trap is set. Have you ever wondered why you almost always have to walk through the fresh flour and bakery section first? It is not an accident. The smell of fresh bread and bright flowers triggers your brain to feel hungry and happy, which immediately puts you in a buying mood. And have you noticed that the milk, eggs, and bread are always at the very back of the